Get a win today, big dog. Get a win. Get a win today, big dog. Get a win. Get the number of that baddie in the grocery store. Work hard, roll up the smoke, then smoke some more. 10 glasses before every bottle is poured. May the parlay gods bless your squad and the bag secure. Go Goggins on the treadmill, no greater feeling on earth than how that bread feels. My new shorty checking my pockets, but I haven't made a dime yet worthy of my dollars. It don't make sense, won't short change my shit so she can take. I gotta win today. I gotta win. Get a win today, big dog. Get a win. Get a win today, big dog. Get a win. Get a win today, big dog. Get a win.
Excellence, bitch, I'm chasing. Excellence, bitch, I'm chasing. Excellence, best of the best, freshest of the fresh, top shelf luxury shit, bitch, I'm excellent. Keep that shit away from my radius. Keep that shit away from my radius. Never said I was a nigga without flaws. Just a nigga that got balls. Just look at this picture of me. I look so prestigious, so motherfucking fly. You can't even tell them how. That's excellence. Hang with two broke niggas, you'll be the third. Circle of success, all my niggas gon' be up. That's my word. Bitch, I'm chasing.
Morning, guys. Just finishing up there quickly. Hope you can hear me clearly. Hope the sound is good. But yet, yesterday we looked at the market, right? So if you remember, yesterday we were expecting the market to come into this area, of which it did. So we wanted to see the market come here or come in this area, right? So yesterday it did drop right on the spot, right? Just exactly how we wanted it. So it came right in there and then shot up all the way to the TP area. So we managed to get that trade even though we jumped in a bit late because I got the trade somewhere on this week here, right? Got it on this week, stayed in consolidation for a while, then shoot up. But we're okay with that because that trade managed to get us to pass phase one, right? So we are done with phase one. Show brother, see you there. So we managed to pass phase one, right? So with that being said, we then received the logins for phase two. So which means today we are starting phase two, right? So with phase two on the way, that means we are looking to get those 2 days. So right now, let's see where you're from. From South Africa, my brother. South Africa in Cape Town. I'm in Cape Town. Where are you from? So now for today, we're just gonna clear that out since we already got that trade, which helped us pass the phase one. So we're gonna get it out of the way. There we go. So let's have a look. So remember the original setup that we have been looking at was to get the market back into this golden zone. Remember I said the other day that we had this area here, right? Then we had the rejection, and finally the market did break through from here, right? After the market broke through from here, giving us that reason that it will come back into this zone before it goes back to test the low, or if it fails to stay to hold here, it will break out, then we reanalyze. So the market has done exactly what we did, broke through, came here. So that's what the first one that was on Monday, but we missed that entry because it didn't get to the zone we wanted. But from yesterday, it did hit into the zone, but I didn't take the sell here because we already took the buy from this side and passed the challenge, right? So I didn't want to be greedy and try to sell again. So now we are looking at this zone now. So which means let's try to zoom back in. So now we up here, right? Remember the box, I keep moving it because it's what I'll use to time my entries, right? That's the reason I keep moving this one here. This is just the Asia session that I marked on the M15, right? So let's see. So I'm just gonna adjust it correctly here. There we go. So just gonna go to M15, make sure that it's sitting properly. Okay, there we go. So that's our Asia session sitting just over there, and that's also sitting properly. So we're still looking for the same thing right now. Remember, this is the original setup, right? Now we want to see the market play over here. If you look at close in this area here, this is yesterday's high, right? So all our trades should be happening around either yesterday's high, yesterday's low, last week high, last week low, or last month's high, last month. If you are not anywhere near these areas, then your trade is wrong. Doesn't matter what strategy you're using. If your entry is nowhere close to yesterday's high, yesterday's low, or last week's high, last month high, and so on, you're just doing whatever you're doing. It's gonna fuck you up in the long run. Always make sure your entries are close to those levels. This way, even when you stay on a drawdown, it will be minimal. All right. But anyway, so now for today, we want to see this market goes into this area just like it did yesterday, right? and then we can take the sell from there to test the original low. Remember, the original low is this one where we had that week from last week, which means that is last week's low, right? We want to see if the market can break that low. So here we want to see this. Just gonna adjust that. So we want to see if the market can break last week's low here to continue that movement or that move that it already started. So when you see the market go up, drop from there. So remember, we are still here in the golden zone, right? If that one does not hold, if it does not hold, then our secondary entry point will be the second decision point. Remember, I call these areas decision points. Doesn't mean when the market gets there, I will enter blindly. It's a decision point. I look for a confirmation entry, which is a confirmation candle that I use. If I get a confirmation candle in that area, then I will take the trade. If not, no, I'm not taking the trade. I will reanalyze or look for another opportunity. So remember, for this challenge, I'm strictly trading GBP USD only, right? Nothing else. Let's go back to H1 for a better view. There we go. So there we go, right there. So market rejected, and then broke that area, right? Went back to test it, failed to break through, dropped, did not go into the week. Remember, we want to see that week filled, as we believe market does not leave wicks for no reason, just like it doesn't leave gaps for no reason. So that was not filled. So this movement created that new low. Market is consolidating back up. We want to see the market go into that decision point, drop to try to break that low or retest that low, right? If this doesn't hold, we want to see the market come into this area, which is this here, come here, and then we sell it from here to see if we can break that. If both of them do not hold and they break through, then we're going to reanalyze for a move up. But in the meantime, our only interest right now is to wait. Only interest right now so is to wait to see this market move back. Now it's doing whatever it's doing. Remember, this area here is Asia session, right? So for me, if I see any candlestick confirmation in this zone between this high and this low, I'm not interested. I'm only interested if it happens above or outside of this box here. In our case, it will be yesterday's high. If it happens below this box, it should happen close to yesterday's low. Somewhere like here, we have the kissing candle I explained on Monday. If you go to lower time frame, that's a base, right? It's a move up, rest, move up, which we will also know it as a flag pattern or a continuation pattern, but I call them base to minimize all the jargon and everything like that. So the market made a move up, rested there, continued. So if this market doesn't go up into that level, right, to give me that opportunity to sell, if it just continues to go down, I want to see it come in this area, give me a candlestick that confirms we're pushing up, then I will buy it up back in that area. If it gets here, it just continues and give the candle here, I will buy it to go up. But the main one that I'm looking at is I just want to see this market push up into this area so I can sell it either to this area or this area, wherever it will go and start to show some slowing down or a reversals of some sort. I will take my profit there. But this is what we're waiting for, right? Okay, it's 12:15. So that's what we're waiting for. I want to see the market come here, drop into this area, or if this doesn't hold, I want to see it come here, drop into this area, right? That's all I'm looking for today, which is Friday. Then that should give us that trade that help us to pass phase 2, because phase 2 yeah, so we completed phase 1. I'm already logged in for phase 2. Phase 2's target is 250, so we can either do 250 in one day, or we can split that into two and do 150 and then do the 100 on Monday, right? But that will be dependent on how the market comes here. If it comes here, give me that confirmation, I will go with normal risk, which means normal risk by the time we get here, we should hit 250. If it gets here and it doesn't give me that confidence, I will reduce my risk and just aim for 150 for this move down. But initially, we're looking for a 250, which can come out from this move using the risk we have calculated for this phase, which is phase 2, right? So that's all for now. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens in the next few minutes. And then if I get that market to go there, I'll take the trade. If not, I'll see later on the day. But that's all I'm looking out for today. Uh, where are you from? Well, I already answered that question. From South Africa, in Cape Town. Right. I believe I did ask you where are you from. We can connect, we talk, let's make sure we push this and be consistent with it. Because for me, right, I'm using this as a journal because I'm not good. I won't lie, I'm not good at journaling trades and all of that, like people do or say in these videos and channels and everything. I'm not good at that. So I'm using these lives as my channeling, right? Because now I'm analyzing, everything is recorded and it will stay here on this channel, so I can go back to it anytime. If I feel like I messed up or I took a loss, I can just go back and watch the video to see what did I miss, what step did I skip, right? But my steps are very basic because I've practiced this so many times. I've used this so long that I've managed to pretty much minimize everything, right? So if I just make that, let's see. First thing first, I look for an area where the market was rejecting a lot. That's step number one for me. Like here, market tested this, never came back to this area, right? Market rejected it, came back here. So this would have been one area. So when it came here, it broke that area, right? Which is fine. Now, what's the closest rejection to where the price is right now? This is the closest rejection for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6 it broke. So six touches there. So that's quite interesting for me, right? So that means I'm interested in this. So if it breaks there, I want to see the market come back here, which is basics, right? Break and retest or support become resistance, basic stuff. So it's rejecting all of that, breaks that, comes back 1, 2, 3. Now it's trying to break there. Normally everyone will start selling when it on the first touch, second touch, right? All the people that are selling the break and retest, where are the stop losses? Stop loss will be somewhere here around 10 pips, 15 pips, somewhere here. Then those who are risking even more, they'll put their stop loss above this high, right? Which is too much risk for most people. But the average stop loss will be like 20 pips around this area. Hence, we look for this here, as I explained before. If you go to a longer time frame, you will find a base here, a drop base drop, which is a drop continuation pattern, then it drops. So come back to test that, then we said we should do what we did here. We sold just a bit. So all these people that are selling here, the spike here was to take out those stop loss. Just hit the stop loss. Again, there are more stop losses laying in this area for all the people that are here, right? They're selling that break retest. So they can, so that's why I want to see the market come back here again, take a few stop losses again here with the spread will be going up. I'm sure there is news today at some point. We will see if this doesn't happen around the news, where the news will come here, spike, hit more stop losses here, and then drop. That's why I'm saying I'm not interested until the market comes in this area. Then I want to sell here because basic thing of break and retest, they sell. So all these sells, if you notice the sell was here, people are trailing their stops, hence the market move very quickly to take out those trailing stops here. And everyone that is still on break even, all that stuff, they're all taken out. So now they see the market is back here, they'll try to resell again. That's why I want to see the market show them a bit of profit so they can get excited that profits, profit. Then it goes up, take them out, and then move on. So I'm not interested until the market comes here, then we sell the market from here, right? So I'm gonna leave it there, and yeah, only have about 15 minutes to get out of the house and go to work. So I trade forex, but I also work a 9 to 5, right? But I'm working on a late shift or afternoon shift, whichever way you see it. But it's a late shift. So I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. and then I'm gonna monitor this on my way to work or when I get there. So that's all I'm looking for today. Want to see the market go back into that area, get my confirmation candlestick, and then I'll sell it down. If it doesn't hold, I want to see it go there, get my confirmation, sell it down. Right? Yeah, I'll end it here for today. Since it's Friday today, so I won't be live tomorrow, so I'll be live again on Monday. But anything that happens throughout the day, I'll try to make sure I keep you guys updated and put it on the shorts if I get this trade, or if the market goes, then give us that opportunity to sell. Apart from that, we'll see you Monday when we confirming if we passed phase 2 or we are moving one more day on phase 2, because according to this, you have to trade 2 minimum days to pass. So we'll trade on today, will be day 1. No, yeah, today's day 1 because we received the logins yesterday. But yeah, whatever happens today, share it on the reels or on the shorts to show if we got the trade and if we went well. Apart from that, see you guys Monday with a full update of this one. Because remember, we've done phase 1, we're phase 2 now, so we want to pass phase 2, and then next week we can get that funded account. Then we know we're pushing for that payout. But get the payout, buy a bigger challenge, work on that bigger challenge. We just repeat that cycle. We push if you know, or I think it's called a snowball effect. Push a snowball effect. Get funded, get a payout, buy a bigger challenge. Get a payout, get a bigger challenge, and so on. Right. So I'll see you again Monday with a full update of what happened with this trade, or I'll update you during the day, or maybe just before market close. Um, if I'm not busy at work, I'll try to go live from work just to give you an update how the market is doing or how we closed for the day. But I'll see you in the next live. Make sure you are sharing this live. Make sure anyone else who might benefit or learn from this, make sure they join us next week, right? Every day at 12, we go live. That's 12 in South African time. I'm not sure what time zone you're on, but in South Africa at 12, I go live every day, Monday to Friday. Look for opportunities. So this is not a signal group or signal channel or any of that. If you decide to take the trades I'm taking, you're doing that at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor, none of that. I'm just documenting my journey, right? But anyways, see you next week, guys, or later tonight to update you on how the trade went out.
Telling niggas no is a hell of a drug. Telling niggas no is a hell of a drug. Sometimes you just gotta say no to shit. Ooh. Sometimes you just gotta say no to shit. Ooh. I say no all the goddamn time. Instead of saying yes, I'ma choose peace of mind. I say no to my friends. I don't feel like going out. I'ma roll a blunt and just chill at my fucking house. Sometimes you gotta say no to your girl. Say no when your family trip. My job won't me to do some shit outside of my job description. I don't give a fuck who they. Sometimes you even gotta say no to a bag. All money ain't good money. I ain't never pressing. Free will is such a blessing. I say no. Oh, a motherfucker even ask a question, just say no. No. Telling niggas no is a hell of a drug. Telling niggas no is a hell of a drug. Sometimes you just gotta say no to shit. Sometimes you just gotta Beautiful weather this morning. I just grabbed a cup of coffee. Worried about some shit last night. Had to shake it to hell off me. My vibe turned up an extra notch. I put the trill in a trillion watts. Oh.